What's going on, everyone? This is Dark Moon Swift here. This is going to be the beginning of my Jax guide. Um, this one is just going to be about the basics here. So we're just going over normals, anti-airs, like his play style and movement and things like that. So first, I'm just going to start off with the easy stuff, normals. Um, Good buttons for Jax. 4-2 being one of his, actually the best button he probably has, if you ask me. 4-3, 9 frame mid. 4-2 is a 12 frame mid. Jax has 3 mids, so that's actually really good for him. 4-4 being the slowest, but is actually +1 on block, so that's good. So 4-2 being the best string because it's it leads to an overhead or a low, and so the opponent has to guess what you're gonna do. And he can also do 4-2, back 4-2, which is actually safe. If you amplify it, and it closes any gaps, so that's good as well. 4-3-3 is his fastest mid. Doesn't travel as far as 4-2, but actually still just as good. 9 frame mid. You're going to use this in your counter poking game a lot. So if somebody's poking on you, mashing like that, 4-3 is going to beat him out. So I'm just going to sub to block to poke me, just constantly poke. He's just going to keep mashing. And then I'm gonna counter poke with down 3. I mean 4-3. See, he sucks. He's just mashing. He has a 6 frame. Here's a 6 frames and -6. So see, I catch him. He gets counter hit. 4-2 wouldn't work in this situation because subs poke is -6, but it's 6 frames. So then if he does it again, it'll come out at 12 frames. So the best I get is a trade if I use 4-2. So in this situation, I want to use 4-3. See? So that string is actually really good in a counter poking game. So that's what you're going to use if you got someone that does down 1. You're going to use that because that puts them in a really bad situation because now they have to guess if I'm going to do the overhead, or they got to guess if I'm going to have to do the back 4-2 after that string. So negative 4-3 just doesn't have a low ender, just the overhead ender. Not as strong in the mix-up game. If a person is conditioned and you know they're not interrupting your staggers, you can sneak in and grab like that, or you can sneak in a command grab. So like, you know, if you have an opponent that's not reacting to the staggers, or they just constantly blocking, then you start mixing in grabs, you start mixing in pokes and things like that. So and speaking of pokes, Jax's pokes, 7 frame down 1, one of the longer down ones in the game, has really good range on it. You can do a lot from this, from down 1. You can do down 1 gotcha grab. Now that is unsafe, but granted it beats them if they try to do anything crazy like jump out or anything like that, and I'm gonna explain to you in a minute why they're jumping. Jax also has down 1 back 4-2 like that, so this closes any gaps, and this is safe on block. This is -7. You don't see it on the frame data, but this is -7 on block. I would say it's safe. So your opponent can check you by poking back, but this happens really fast. Sometimes they don't react to it, and you can get another poke to steal your turn back. So this is true. This is a true string. They can't press any buttons out of that or anything like that. So what this does is sets the opponent up for a command grab setup. Now the command grab, you can duck, or you can jump out. So they have to make that read off the down 1 to see what you're going to do. So down 1 is really good. Down 3 is actually a really good poke as well. It's longer than down. I think it is longer than down 1, or probably just as long. Is at 8 frames. So one of the faster down 3s in the game as well. It actually serves as a great anti-air, and I'm gonna show you later. Down 4 is really good. Down 4 as well in the 10 frames and plus 14 on hit. So you pretty much get a guaranteed 4-2 afterwards. They have to block that, so that'll be the good thing to start your pressure with. I think his one of his slept on moves right here is back 3. It has sneaky good range on it, and it's a great whiff punish. And you can You can do this string that switches sides right here. Now it's -4 on block if you just do that. Just the back 3. If you just do back 3 too. It's -4 on block. What you want to do is you want to hit confirm this move because this is unsafe. It's -16. So you would just hit confirm this, and if you see that he got hit, then you commit to the entire string. So this is really a good string. You don't even have to do this. You can do back 3, back 4-2. Come on, there we go. Back 3, back 4-2. Do back 3, gotcha grab. So I wouldn't do back 3, gotcha grab a lot unless I know I'm finna whiff punish him. So the thing about it, it does miss at certain ranges. You won't get them. So like max range, you won't get it. So you got to be careful with that. So those are pretty much that's pretty much Jax's normals. One I forgot to go over was forward 4. This is good in certain situations. If you're really close to him, you can do forward 4, and you'll be +1 on block. I think at max range, the later it hits, it becomes +2. See? So I hit him at max range with the knee. It becomes +2 because it hit late. So it hit on the last active frame. So I'm +2 on that. So I can actually get a guaranteed down 1 afterwards because it'll come out at 5 frames. This is alright if they block it. Only thing I hate about it is that if I hit them with it, it's not as plus. Because, you know, a lot of people, they're going to, if you duck block this, if your opponent is duck blocking, then it's negative. So you lose your turn even on hit with this move if they're ducking. Don't know why that is. It's just the way it is. But the full string on that is 4-2-4. Let's see. Forward 4-2. I'm sorry. Yeah, forward 4-2. So now forward 4-2 is negative. I'm sorry. It's +9 on block. Crazy, right? So see, the thing about this move is if they're ducking and they block this, the forward 2, the forward 2 part of it will whiff. Of course, sub is standing back up. But let me see. Stand, block. Okay, block stands. All right. See, this whiffs. So you don't want to. You want to be very, very careful using this because that is super punishable. Even if they take the hit on it, then they won't. Then let me see. They take the hit. The 4-2 still whiffs. So there's really no point of trying to complete this string. Even if you whiff punish, it's still even if you use it as a whiff punish, it's still pretty dangerous to use because you're going to be unsafe after here and you get blown up. So that's pretty much it for Jax's normals. Great normals. Really good buttons if you ask me. Has the best mids in the game. Best staggers. He has -4 staggers, which are really good. So keep the opponent on their toes. Next thing we can go over is his movement. He has decent walk speed. You know, the startup of his walk speed is kind of slow. If you play like Kung Lao or Liu Kang, the startup on a walk speed is very fast. So basically, they can they can get away from you pretty quickly. Now, once Jax gets going, walk speed gets kind of good. But the best thing about him is his dashes and his wave dash. If I can get this right. Oh, there we go. Yeah, best things about him are his wave dashes. So he has one of the best wave dashes in the game. It's actually really good. It's very useful. And it helps you close the gap on your opponent really quickly, or you can bait buttons out of someone. So wave dashing is, I think, is something you should learn in this game. It's very important. It just is going to improve your movement in the game overall. Now, of course, you cannot wave dash backwards. You can't do that. So we got special moves. Of course, he has gotcha grab. If you do a full gotcha grab, you get heated arms. Well, I think this is you get heated arms. If you do a full gotcha grab, out of the gotcha grab, you have a side switch. You can only do that twice. You have the punches, and you have a gotcha grab when you do 2. You press triangle. So what this does is walks into the corner, which is actually really super good if you ask me. And then he has the one when he throws you. Now in the corner, if he does gotcha grab and he throws you, he gets a restand, and his restand is actually plus on block. It's +4. So that's actually really good. We'll go over that in another video. So that's his gotcha grab normal. Gotcha grab is actually unsafe on block. It's punishable. So I would say just be careful using this. It's negative 17. So I wouldn't use it a lot on block. I mean, kind of to be sneaky, I might use it because a lot of people won't punish it because it kind of happens really fast. Block stun is quick on it. So that's a good normal here. Back forward 2 is a long range move. Travels across the screen. It's equivalent to a dash punch. Hits mid, but is actually a negative 16 on block. So if you're going to do this, if you're going to do it up close, I would say spin the bar to keep yourself safe. Because you can't punish that. It's safe on block. So back forward 2 amplified, 11 frames. It can punish a lot of moves from far range, and it actually is a crushing blow. Let's see. Yeah, it's a crushing blow. The normal crushing blow requirement for it is if your opponent is pressing buttons and they get hit by that, and then it serves as a crushing blow. The good thing about this move, it actually becomes a grab after a certain range. If you were to amplify it, well, he does up close as well, but he hits you first, then he amplifies it. But if you do it at a range where the first hit comes out and you amplify it, it becomes a throw. So it's really sneaky, and you can use this in neutral like that because a lot of people won't expect it. So you know that's really good to close the space on someone. And actually after that, you can actually get a free fist bump, which I'll go over in other videos. So that's his normal, and his command grab, of course, is also a crushing blow. It's a 35% command grab. If you have fully heated arms, it becomes 40%. So this is actually really good with closing out matches and things like that. It's a 40% command grab that you cannot tech out of. You gotta hold the damage pretty much. So, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much. Oh, now I forgot to go over anti-air. Jax's anti-air options. He has actually really good anti-air options, some of the best in the game. Standing 1 being a really good anti-air option. It beats out a lot of jumps, especially crossover jumps. So that's really good. And you can get big damage off of it. You've got the grab combo. Get pretty decent damage. Or you can get your command grab combo off of it. So if you actually anti-air someone with stand 1 jab, then you can actually get big damage off of it if you do the command grab. And that's just because they decided to jump and leave the ground. So that's actually really good. Another move is his burning hammer. This is back forward 4. It catches the opponent out the air. It beats everything that is in the air. I mean, so it's actually really good. I love using it, especially when you know, it's when it closes out the match too. So it does decent damage at 231. Only thing about it is it switches sides. So if you're in a corner, you can put them in a corner like that, or you can take yourself out the corner. So that's the only downside of it. And you the Oki after it is actually not that good. You pretty much lose your turn. You reset the neutral if you do it. You don't really have anything to follow up after it. So but pretty much Jax as a character, I really think I think his playstyle, he does everything. He has great zoning tools with ground pound, the grenade launcher, or the thumper, what they call it, and his heated missiles. His heated missiles are actually like one of the best zoning tools in the game. Comes out at 11 frames. It's really fast, and he can actually outzone a lot of characters if he has heated missiles loaded up. Only thing is if he has fully heated arms, he only has 5 missiles. So yeah, he only has 5 missiles maximum, so you kind of gotta play it safe. You know, use 1 missile, reload, kind of like that. He'll get heated arms from punching you. So from something like this, got to grab. He has heated arms now. He has a few missiles in there, about 3 missiles. So that's actually pretty good. So that's just pretty much the basics for Jax. We're gonna go over other things next. This is actually just the start of my guide for him. So I will be getting you with more videos. Peace.